So hi, I'm Mike Cassidy of Bloom Reach. I'm here with Harper Reed, who's the CEO of Modest, a company that he can tell us about because he understands it better than I do. Thanks a lot for taking the time, Harper.
Thanks for having me. Excited to chat today.
Yeah, and so I know you're in the mobile space, as it seems like everybody is, mobile commerce. And before we get to exactly what Modest does, I was wondering if you could talk a bit about where the commerce world is with mobile now. My thinking has been that we've reached this tipping point where it's becoming the thing, but you may not agree.
I don't know if we've reached the tipping point. I think that we are very close. I would say for the last 10 years, even maybe longer, we in the United States have, besides the mobile device manufacturers, which I think are doing well, but we on the software side have been following all of the work that's been happening in the developing markets, in the African continent, in various places in South America.
Yeah, okay, I can buy that. And I mean, all that said, though, how important is it for e-commerce sites, for instance, or commerce organizations to get mobile right?
That's a hard question to answer, and I think it's hard because the last little bit to get it right. I think if they want to be effective, and this is another thing we have to define, right? What does effective mean? What does right mean? Right. And I would say let's define it as their customers, their consumers are able to have a good experience and get what they want, which is to buy a product.
Right.
So if that's what we're defining as right, then I think it's really important. If they just want to have a placeholder in the App Store, or if they just want to be able to say, I've checked the box that says mobile strategy, then it doesn't matter what decision they choose. But if we're talking about what we're here for, which is, you are a retailer, you want to sell more products.
Yeah.
We can agree that that's probably what we want to do. So in that case, you need to make sure that the experience supports that. You can't have an experience that's just, here's how you can look at products.
Right.
Or here's how you can see various things. We're not browsing now. It used to be the same process that e-commerce went through in the 90s, right? It started out of like, here are our products. Then it started out, here are our products, and now you can buy them. And now it's like, buy them all right now. And so I think that's what we're seeing with mobile. We're just seeing this history repeat itself just on a different scale.
Well, it's refreshing to hear you talk about the experience because I don't know if it's a lot of people, but you hear people all the time talking about conversion, and that's sort of their measure. That's the way to go.
Our bet here, and I say as a bet because we're betting our entire company and our future on this, is that a good consumer experience will increase the conversion rate.
Right.
And that good experience will be helpful for everyone. If the consumers like using your product, they like buying at your store on a mobile phone, they can do it on the bus, they can do it at the Little League game, all that easy. Let's focus on making the user experience very easy. And so we invested very heavily in user experience testing and making sure we built the exact correct experience for these people to shop.
Well, we're finding that beyond purchasing on a mobile device, it also drives a lot of sales on other channels, or a lot. That doesn't sound very precise, but it's important in driving sales on other channels.
Exactly, and it's when people ask, well, how do I start promoting my app? And I think back to when people asked, well, how do I start promoting my Facebook page? Or before that, how do I start promoting my email list? And it's all these things that we've been building onto. We slowly build, and all of these channels are great channels, and we should not give up. This is not either or. This is all together. Email works with mobile, works with Facebook, works with Twitter, works with your regular website, and these things all lift each other up.
So tell me about Modest. What problem are you guys trying to solve, and how are you doing it?
We talked a little bit about it, and the easiest way to talk about it is go back to user experience once again. We looked at e-commerce, and we said, what are the good parts about e-commerce? What are the parts that we like? Then we said, what are the bad parts about e-commerce? And we thought about this quite a bit. We did some testing. We talked to a lot of retailers. We talked to a lot of users. There's one thing that kept coming back to us. One is we live in this time of the undo generation, where you upload a photo and you don't like it, you can undo it. You comment on something, you don't like it, you can undo it. And on e-commerce, we've spent the last 20 years in this world of fear, right? Where it's like, did you mean to add this to your cart? Did you mean to add your credit card? Is this the right address? Are you sure this is where you want it to be sent to? You know, and it's like all these things are built because it was hard to do this in the 90s. It was hard to do this in the early 2000s. It's not hard to do this any longer. And so having the opportunity to start fresh and say, how does e-commerce look in a mobile world? Interface. And so we have this really awesome opportunity to start fresh. And so we basically removed 100% of the things that were old. And all we have is the things that are easy. All that we have are the things that are good, which are buying. That's basically it. We have a really great product view. We have a really great catalog view, all using data to show you the right stuff. We have a really neat transaction view that's very, very simple. It also remembers you. It remembers all your information. So you don't have to enter it again. So we tested this. We went through and we said, what are the anachronistic things? So we removed the shopping cart for a couple reasons. One, because most young people have never used a shopping cart, a real one, you know, and we removed that because when you just want to buy something, you don't have to add it to a queue to say, oh, I want to buy this collection of things. You can just buy it. We just want it now. And maybe this context doesn't work for every solution. Like I certainly think there are times when having a shopping basket or a shopping cart makes sense, but we don't think that mobile is one of possible. So we rolled all these things into a mobile solution, and then we made it very, very easy and very inexpensive. Because one of the things that we noticed, I worked on the Obama campaign, and one of the things that we noticed there was all of this stuff was hard. And we were like, okay, how do we not make it hard? How do we make it easy? How do we make it so it is simple even? And so if you have a Shopify or a Magento, or if you just have a dump of products from a CSV file, you log into Modest, you upload your products, or you connect with Shopify, and then we suck down all your products, and then in 10 minutes you can get an app that you can check out. You can tweak it or upload a theme or some logos and all this stuff. E-commerce is still hard. You're dealing with real money. You know, if we just charge everyone but don't ship products, that's bad. You know, if we just show products but don't charge people, that's also bad. And so there's a lot of edge cases that we have to work around. So we spent a lot of time and invested very heavily in the engineering side to make sure we got the right product, and I think we have.
Cool. Let me ask you one more thing, then I'll let you go. But I've read a lot about sort of the, I guess, debate between, you know, should I do a mobile app or should I do a mobile site? I mean, I guess I know where you come down, but how do you look at that equation?
Yeah, that's a good question, and you know, to be honest, I think you have to invest everywhere. I know that's not a good answer, but here's why. A mobile app is not important until it suddenly is. Right? This is the sad reality here. You don't want to find out, as many of our customers have found out, that your users are looking for you in the App Store, or that your users are wishing you had a mobile app. Because those are the most loyal users. Those are the ones that want to buy over and over and over again, and all they want to do is buy. And the thing about mobile is, if you are researching or looking for that app on mobile device, that shows intent to buy. And you don't want to lose that.
Right. Well, that's really interesting, and congratulations on the launch.
Thank you.
I appreciate your time. Harper Reed with Modest.
Thank you for having me.
Guy.